So first and foremost, I'd like to say thanks to everyone that voted yesterday. You guys really pulled through, whoever you are. I wasn't allowed to actually see the names. But, Ryan, top 3 is still something that should be pretty proud of, that we should all be pretty proud of, so, still congrats. And yeah, so I guess, I don't know, like nothing's really going on today. We got Big Buddy starting soon. Other than that, you got the Survivor Trivia, then Tribunal, so the last one. Yeah, I'm still doing that. And yeah, so I guess, kind of, if you want to know my strategy, quote unquote, so I kind of, this whole week, what I've been doing is when we're on the teams, I mentioned it, I don't know, however long ago, that I had like a list of most physically threatening in terms of challenges, most mentally threatening in terms of like puzzles, and most socially threatening in terms of like, at the end of the day, if someone has to vote, who are they most likely to vote for? So I was trying to catch all those balances. So although I would have liked to have everyone stay, because I at least liked everybody. I don't know how everyone else felt. I'm sure we all liked each other, or for the most part. Yeah, so I kind of had to decide between strategy or like being friendly. So the people I picked weren't necessarily because I wanted them gone, but like strategically it made the most sense. Like probably the most obvious case would be when Patty had to go, or when he went. He had an automatic vote against him because he forgot to sign out. So it was just like a safety net thing, just in case people voted for me, and people did. So, in the end it didn't matter, but just in case, that was my reasoning. There's other examples and stuff, but yeah, so, I guess overall, I'm glad to have met everybody here, and I hope they feel the same way. I know at least one or two probably are more up in the air about that, but this was a fun experience, and I made it the top 2, and I know I've been saying the whole week that I won't, it's just a game, and it still is. But if I've made it this far, it would be nice to win. But that's up to the Survivor jury, so it's in their hands, and we'll see what they decide, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah. And anyway, I guess just thanks for the organizers, thanks for the voters yesterday. The SRC and all that stuff, not SRC voting, but you know what I mean. Thanks for organizing this. That was fun, and hope they do it more, because I'd be excited to be a viewer this time rather than a participant. I don't think I'm going to take a break from the Gait for a while, as nice as it is. And yeah, so I don't know, I was just sitting around waiting for the last tribunal, and can't wait to not have to sign out to go shower and go to the bathroom and literally walk to get my bag in the other room, So it'll be fun. And I get to be outside for more than however many minutes, so yep. It's coming to a close. I'm excited. I'm still nervous. I've always been nervous, but this has been fun. So I'm glad I did it. And if they do it again, you guys should try it, or at least sign up for it. It is different. It's something very cool. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I guess thank you all blue team that are still here or not here. You guys were great. Thank you red team. I'm sure you guys were great too, but you had your own dynamic, whatever that was. I wasn't really privy to that. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling now. Yeah, it was fun. Thanks Tim for sitting through a million of these and editing all of them. And yeah, so good luck to Haley, good luck to me, and we'll see what happens. So fingers crossed, all that jazz. I'm not going to win one more time. And yeah, we'll see where this goes. So I'm excited, but also I can hold on for a bit. So we'll see.
Alrighty, so Haley and Cedric, congratulations, you've lasted 10 days in the Gait. You've gone as far as you can go, and tonight you have one final task. convince the jury that you are the one deserving of the title of the sole survivor and the prize that goes with that. You guys ready? Yeah?
Nothing to lose.
So we're gonna start with the outwit part of the game. And they're gonna be asking you guys questions and like engaging conversation. And this is like your last chance for you to convince them like you're the person that deserves the title. So we're gonna start with the outwit part of the game. So that includes emotional intelligence, alliances, relationships outside of your alliances, the ethics and morals of everyone that's played this season. So do any of you wanna get us started?
Guys, in the first tribal council, it was me and Brody versus Haley and Noemi, and I called Cedric Zachary big fuck up. But it was essentially me and Brody were counting on one of you to cast a vote against your friend, who's actually up here. What inspired you guys to go against me at that time?
To me, you were a really big threat, and that's like kudos to you, I guess. Like scared of you, and I didn't really know you too well, but you seem to be pretty good physically, pretty good mentally, and someone I was just scared to have around because I didn't really know you, so I wasn't sure if you flip flop or whatnot. So
That's the biggest flip flop, right?
I never get
both angles. It's alright.
No.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're here, I'm here, so it worked out.
No, but both me and Zach are feeling a little better that you're out because I would have been nervous with you around, to be honest. You were good at this, so.
Yeah, we do consider that. Because you voted, you flipped on your girl the next trial when you had a chance.
Thank you for
But
bringing
not when
that
I
up.
was there.
For me, honestly, it was the first tribal council. We didn't know each other, any of us really that well. And
Because I remember you said we're all family.
oh yes. But it is. Listen, it is. I came in here knowing that it was a game. Okay. Everyone came in here knowing it was a game, and obviously there are people who are better socially. There's people who are better physically, and you just seemed like a person who you could make alliances with anyone. You were trying to do that with us. You were trying to do that with Seti. You did that with Brody. You guys had a tight bond, and I knew that if you didn't go, I knew you could make alliances better than I could with the other team. So if I didn't have you gone, I wouldn't know who I could trust compared to you.
So lastly, my vote is it's a coin flip right now between you two. That's fair. Why should I vote for one of you instead of the
We'll
other?
go through that at the end.
Oh, okay.
I want a big speech right now.
Yeah?
So I'm really curious for both of you guys, like start with Cedric. What was your strategy? Like I understand take out the biggest threat, right? Yeah, I get that, but that's a pretty simple strategy. Like I feel like there's gotta be more to it than that. So what was your actual strategy for the game? Starting out, coming in with 10.
Well, first of all, sometimes simple is best. And I did a confessional twice, I think, where I'll elaborate on it more. So I had a list in my head of physical threats, social threats, and mental threats, and like physical mental for challenges like puzzle or activity. And so, for example, Brody was top of level physically. Like I was not confident being there. And then
One of them lists on puzzles.
sorry. Maybe. I mean, technically I didn't win them, so you might be right. But then Gabe and Alex were up there for socially, and then everyone's dotted in between for everywhere else. I want to go for everybody, but basically it was whatever worked like the best in the long. I tried to plan at least 2 days in advance. So if so and so person went out today, and tomorrow there's these people left, dynamically how would that work? Like depending what challenge we were socially, and so I felt like I had to make decisions based off of what I felt safest with, and that ended up being what I picked. Although in Patty's case, it was like it was safety net. That was like the biggest gunner. It was just that was an easier choice than I would like it to be. But I guess.
My strategy was, so I'm like a super huge Survivor fan. I've watched almost every single episode. And what I've noticed in almost all of them, it's really shitty to say, it sucks to say, but the people who have the best games, who are the strongest, who outwit, outlast, outplay, those are the people who go home because you are the biggest threat.
So do you think
And
it didn't?
but listen, I'm not done. My strategy was to kind of fly under the radar. See, none of you guys, honestly, none of you guys thought I was a threat, right? You guys thought, okay, like Haley, like I can bring her to the end, like she's not gonna make it, we're gonna vote her out some other time. But that's exactly why I'm here, because none of you guys thought I was a threat. I was kind of pulling strings under the radar, not like kind of being too social, not being too good at challenges, but also playing a very good social game on my own and trying to figure out what would be the best way for me.
So kind of just to burst your bubble just a little bit. I think your second elimination talks around the blue team were actually to eliminate you. So how would you say that you're not the biggest threat or you're not? You played under the radar, whereas in like literally your second elimination, they wanted you gone.
That is true. The second elimination, they wanted me gone. I don't know why they did, honestly. I've never like specifically talked to them why they wanted me gone. Obviously, someone has to go, right? So they had an alliance against me. I had alliances with other people against other people, and so I don't know why specifically they wanted me gone, but I knew at that point that I had to do something about it. And that's where I kind of made one of my biggest moves in this game that I needed to do, because I knew if I didn't do what I had to do then I would have been gone. There's no other way around it.
I was really disappointed, Haley, to see you switch so quickly and vote no out, because like I know I didn't stay long, but I thought we had a pretty solid alliance in the first day, and then when I saw you like so easily just like vote Gnomes out, I was really surprised. So can you like explain?
I will elaborate on that. So me and Gnomes did have a super good alliance, is what I thought. I was kind of all the way with her to the end, and we had an alliance to go vote for Brody right after this. And when I went to class, I thought everything was good. And when I came back, Liam actually told me that she had conspired against me first before I was doing that. And then, like, I know Gnomes outside of the game, and I know her, like, she's my volleyball coach, right? And I know she's smart, and I know she would have done whatever she had to do to win. So at that point, I knew if I wanted to stay, I needed to do what I had to do.
One more question.
About this section.
So hot.
Yeah.
It wasn't very clear.
Okay. I think you know I'm going to ask you too. When we had that alliance going where I told you about the blue team playing to eliminate you, I think you admitted that I did kind of help you stay in the game.
Oh, of course.
And the first chance you got. So I'd like to hear how you're going to justify that and why I should still vote for you.
Honestly, Liam, you were one of my hardest votes because you did help me out so much in that way. But I don't even have a reason why I voted you out. I did what I had to do to stay in the game. I knew we had kind of like previously talked about it. They said they were voting you, and I don't know, I did it out of fear, I guess you could say.
Alrighty, so we kind of got into that, but this is the outplay portion. So this is like the conditions that you're put on during the game. You guys can ask some questions about, because after all, you are voting on like who you think is the overall best survivor out of the two of them. So that's the fact that they have to sleep on the gate floor, that they have zero privacy, that they have to deal with hidden idols and penalties, and the twists, switches, and new players, and changes in rules as the season ended up happening, and how they dealt with that. So one of you just get us started.
So Cedric,
Yeah.
how happy that it was your roommate that got picked?
To be honest, we both talked about before that chances are it wouldn't be both of us because that would be kind of like silly right off the bat to know somebody. And I really liked how I didn't really know anybody here from a side like recognizing faces. So once he did come in, like we were on different teams. So for the first half, it didn't really matter, and then for the second half, we both knew. We both told each other that no matter what, it wasn't personal. I think we both understood that, and it was too bad for both of us to be against each other for the elimination yesterday. And you know, it just happens, and me who's still here, and that's kind of not exactly our fault. So In the end, it didn't necessarily influence me. Like there's still other players in the game that, like, because I knew him so well, or better than you guys for a week, that there are other people that I was more nervous about having around. That was just, there's nothing personal about it, and it's up to you guys to believe me or not, but I think I've been decently honest so far, so up to you.
Taking in consideration that I feel like there's a lot of obstacles that are put in the game to make you a little bit want to go home, or not necessarily want to go home, or be more vulnerable to the people of having obstacles in your way, but you guys didn't, both of you, the whole way. Well, like you didn't forget to sign out, or like you didn't have any things against you that would put more pressure. You were never really like the person that was the big target, you know? So how would you say that you're more deserving than the other, saying that you had it a little bit easy the whole way?
That we had it easier because we didn't forget to sign out.
No, that's an example. Like you didn't have troubles that much to go through it, you know? Like you didn't have, like Cedric, you were the deciding vote in between the, like pretty much the whole time, and I think we know that. Like there was never a target on your back, you know? Like knowing that, how would you prove yourself to be a little bit more deserving to each other, saying that both of you had it pretty easy compared to, you know, both of you are equal on that path?
I think, well, obviously, like someone said, I did have a target on my back at one point. You guys tried to give me out at some point in this game. And I have gotten my name thrown around before. Like, there wasn't just that one time that my name was put on. And like I was saying, like, one of my biggest moves that I found in the game was Unoms. Because once, like, everything kind of turned and flipped against me, I considered our alliance kind of to be broken because we had unequal trust, I guess. And then, I mean, it's the game, I understand that. And that's where I think that I kind of outplayed a little better than that because I did have a big target on my back. I did have to convince Brody not to vote for me and to vote for you. And Seti, the same thing. There are things that I did to convince people to not vote for me and to vote for other people. And yeah, that's what.
Okay, well, everyone started off with the same number of obstacles. From then on out, then it kind of turned differently. Like my first big obstacle was, you know, having you two ask to vote for Gabe, and then them two asked to vote for you, and I wasn't answering either or. And as much as I wanted to, it's just I don't want to make promises I can't keep. So whether or not you guys liked it, I kept my mouth shut. I know
it's still making it in all that works.
Yeah.
That's good too.
It's working for us.
I mean, it worked, right? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. And anyway,
you can't keep your word if you don't give one. I get that.
Yeah, and so, you know, I kind of hope people would believe me, and whether or not you guys did. And so it looks like some of you did at least. And then, in terms of, you know, obstacles for signing out and stuff, I tried to play fair because some people I almost forgot to sign out once. And to be honest, I forget who it was. Someone. Alex told me that I forgot, so I signed back in, and then like before and after, I was kind of checking too. Like sadly, the night that Brody got eliminated, he actually almost went to sleep without signing out, and that would have been like over an hour. And was it a smart move strategically to tell him that he forgot to sign out before his time was up? No, because I was extremely threatened of him in like almost every way. Did I still tell him that he forgot to sign out and he signed out before a penalty? Yeah, so I tried to make it like. I didn't notice it, so that's the thing. However, I noticed.
I'm going to say that is also strategic play because by doing that, other people are watching it.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's like.
No, I know what I'm saying.
I'm just saying,
so
yeah, it's a strategy in itself, but I think it's a bigger loss because I told him we're like almost a guarantee. Like if he was asleep for an hour, that would have pretty much been a vote, right? And so his like gratitude or trust is like, yeah, it's like a little thing I get out of it, but at the same time, in terms of like neutrally rule-wise, why did I do that? You know, I figured it'd be more fun if everyone feels like it's more fair, and whether or not you guys felt like it was. I tried to be nice when I could because people were being nice to me. So.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next question.
As you might remember, I very, very well mastered the whole debacle on the extra vote against me in the first tribal council. Did you have any part of that?
Part of.
Like, did you know that an extra vote was going to be kept set again?
No, they
No?
announced it.
You did.
I told them.
You
So
told them.
they say that they didn't know. That's a lie because they were
Alright, so
aware
you
I
lied.
was
That's
going out
fine.
there.
It's alright. You've already given me all. So you knew.
The vote was casted to you when they announced it during the tribal
Oh,
council.
I know that.
I found out about 10 minutes before the tribal council because someone
So you knew
had
before. That's all I wanna know.
someone had went up and told them.
It's out that it's me.
Okay, well, Gnomes had went up and told them.
It's out. If you didn't know, Gnomes and I didn't see eye to eye.
Is that for me too?
And
Is that for me too?
No, I don't really care what you have to say.
Okay.
Alex? Yeah, so the question was gonna be,
Can you be quiet for the audience, please?
was there any point where we were still blue team, red team, that you felt like you could take it easy during physical challenges because you did have Brody on your team, aka the snow challenge?
I did.
I was, to be honest, I was nervous the whole time. Again, like we didn't really know anybody here. I knew Brody was better endurance-wise in terms of the cold. Who knows? So he really pulled through for that, and I was really grateful. But I know you're pretty competitive too. So I know Ryan's pretty competitive too. I don't know Patty, but I know he's kind of nuts in a good way. So I was pretty nervous. I was pretty nervous. So.
For me, every single challenge I went into, I tried my hardest. I never threw a challenge because I knew Brody was there. Honestly, my goal and everything was almost to try to keep up with him, which I knew was basically impossible. But that's where I tried to reach. I also wanted to win it for my team. But yeah, I never threw a challenge because I knew Brody was obviously going to win it.
Liam, last question.
We were taking a vote to see if I should get an extra vote in my elimination. Did either of you vote for me?
I don't believe I did, but I don't remember. Check. Actually, no. I don't.
That's significant, huh?
I know, but I mean, check the video later. But I know. Yeah, so I don't remember. I don't think I did. But who knows? I'm not gonna tell you I did or did. I don't remember. I don't think I did.
I did not. I did not vote for anyone who they made us vote for an extra vote for Gnomes or for you. I did not vote for.
This is for both of you. This is your chance to explain what did it take for both of you to get from day 1 to day 9, and how do you think you played better than the person sitting next to you? So which one of you would like to go first? So only have one chance to speak.
Ladies first.
Okay. So how I played a better game than Cedric?
Well, this is your last chance to convince them.
Okay. Basically, you already know my game plan was to not look like a threat, obviously, and the way I found that I played better than Cedric and that I outshined or whatever him is that every single move I made, every single person I voted for is on the jury right now because I needed them to be on the jury. I made moves that in order to get people out. Cedric was always kind of the swing vote, right? Like people were going up to him like, okay, you vote for this, you vote for this. They're always kind of like, you know, he always had the opportunity to decide, okay, I know I'm not going home, like this is it, this is that. And I never won any challenges up until it counted the most. I won the last challenge, it was super, super tight in between us. But I just think overall, I played a better strategic game and we were kind of equal wise for challenges and things like that. But I think I played a better strategic game in alliances and I did what I had to do to be here. Because
I don't really like talking about myself, so this is gonna be difficult. But yeah, I mean, as much as I would have liked any of you guys to be here, which is true. Abe, I know you won't believe me, but
Dude, just call a spade a spade.
Okay. Anyway, so like, you know, I have to be a little selfish in regard where I have to make decisions based off who would go home, who I thought would, you know, had to go and whatnot. So I, for better for worse, did not really try to tell people. I did once or twice, and I didn't back up on those. But for the most part, I didn't try and tell people I will or won't vote for you because, you know, just in case I have to, I don't want to, you know, make you feel bad or hurt. And I know some of you may have been. But I felt like I made my decisions based off of what I thought was a smart move. There's nothing personal behind it, whether or not you believe it's up to you. And in terms of the actual game, yeah, like I didn't win a lot of them for my team, but at the same time, neither did Haley. Sorry, but I did do well as in higher up. Like for example, when it's individual top teams, like the card thing, I was really close to Brody, but my tower fell, which is my engineering. In the beep test, yeah, I still knew I couldn't beat him, but I tried my best and got out there. So I know I tried my hardest. Whether or not it was better than you guys, for the most part it wasn't. And I don't know. I just kind of I'm here because of decisions I made, and they seem to have worked. So.
Okay, jury, so there's only one thing left to do. I will give you all a silent moment to take in everything you just heard, and then for the last time this season, we will vote. It is time to bring this 9-day adventure to a conclusion. Tonight you are writing down the name of the person who you want to win. So you are not voting out anyone, you are voting for someone. So the person whose name, write down, you want them to be the survivor. Yes? I've explained that clearly enough? Yes. I'm not sure either. So, all right, yes.
Get someone to know.
So it'll go as it always does.
Like, I think the only thing I have to say is, although it's gonna seem like I'm just still pissed at Haley, I'm not. The game is the game, and I think that you played your game a little bit too far. But for that reason, I think that Cedric also had it easy, like you did, but at least he played it nice and not dirty. So that way, he didn't make enemies. Still unsure about the spelling of the end of Cedric's name. But love you, boy. You too, Haley. However you made your way up there. Top you, man. Cheers.
Hey, one final time. So, obviously me and Sadie are roommates. I love the guy, but just judging from all that, I just don't think Sadie wants it as much as Haley, and I don't think he thinks he earned it as much as her. So that's why I'm doing this. Welcome back.
This is actually my first time writing a name on a piece of paper. It's easier this time. Like, I don't feel too conflicted. I'm sorry to the other person, but I feel like this person played the best game. They didn't try to snake anyone, and I really appreciate that, and they're a really good person, and I really think that they deserve to win. So I'm going for Cedric. Oh my god.
There's no salt here. At the end of the day, I think Cedric has been telling the truth and that he may have had a game, but it wasn't the strongest game, and that's probably why they're both still in the game. Haley, I feel like you've been talking out of your ass for the past hour, so we're going with Zachary.
Can't believe I'm doing this. This guy's still dead to me. This guy fucked me over, but at the end of the day, he played the better game, and there's a reason why I'm voting, and he's still sitting at the top there. F you, Cedric.
I hate this. Every second of it. I hate all. You know what, actually, before I do vote, I would like to thank all the coordinators who put this together. Like, I legitimately had fun, and I think some people took it more seriously than others, but I legitimately did have fun, and I think everyone watching did as well. So I want to thank all the coordinators, I want to thank Tim. Tim, say hi.
Oh, thank you. Hello.
With that said, the biggest thing I'm considering right now is that Haley betrayed me. Like, I felt really, like, it hit because I think I put myself on the line for her, and then the first chance she got, she voted me out. Which I think is exactly why I'm gonna vote for her, because I respect that bravado and I respect that moxie. Like, she outsnaked the snake. I think that's rather impressive. She would usually write my name with a heart, so I'm gonna write mine with a broken heart because she betrayed me, but I'm still voting for her. And it feels bad because, like, Cedric and Haley both definitely deserve to win. They're both very good at this game, but at the end of the day, there can only be one.
Wouldn't expected anything else.
Does this work?
Yeah! I'll take that vote. That doesn't work. As much as I'd like it to.
I hope they open up that side first.
Same.
I'm gonna make it all twisted now so no one can tell what way it's actually supposed to be opened. There we go. We're gone.
Get that camera out of my face.
I'm not sure that's gonna fly.
Okay, I'll put another one in just guys. You've been my boy since day one. I love you, Cedric. Yeah, you beat me in Mario Kart DS that one time, but hey, it's part of the game. It's part of life. Game.
Yeah, I honestly didn't find that this was a hard choice. Everyone's freaking out, but I already know who I want. This should be the winner. I hope I spelled that right. Alright, we'll see the outcome.
This is it, dude. This is all it is. Right here, a bunch of names. And then, showtime.
Everyone, so thank you for being respectful in this first part. We're just going to be counting the votes, so please keep that going until the end. There's like 10 minutes left. Thank you.
This may not be a big deal for you guys, but I can promise you there's shit in their pants. So.
1, 2, 3.
Cedric, Haley, and Jury, before we go through the votes, we just want to thank you guys for giving us an amazing first season of Survive the Gait. Thank you guys for putting your trust in us and for taking part of something that is really experimental, really difficult, and honestly giving it your all. When we came into this, we were worried that people wouldn't actually take the game as seriously as we wanted them to, and you guys all took it and cared for the game and we loved it, and I don't know, it just makes us really happy. And thank you guys all for watching and yeah. Alright, so yeah, let's do this thing. We will read the votes. Haley. That's one.
Vote 2. Cedric.
Yeah!
One vote Haley, one vote Cedric.
Cedric. That's 2 votes Cedric.
Haley. That's 2 votes Haley, 2 votes Cedric.
goes Cedric, 2 goes Haley.
Cedric. That's 4 votes Cedric, 2 votes Haley. Patty.
He's back in.
It's so hard to
Cedric
And Cedric.
and Cedric.
Why'd you give me a middle finger in the camera in the middle of my episode?
By the way, in case it wasn't clear,
I won it! I won the whole thing! I got it! Woo! Woo! I won! I won!
guess what? I won the whole thing. I won it.
I won! No joke. I lost. Final 2. That's as far as it went for me. Sucks. I guess I didn't give a good speech, as good as a speech as I thought I did, but you know what? I came in here knowing it was a game, and I'm leaving knowing it was a game. He played an awesome game. Everyone played an awesome game, and I'm just thankful for the opportunity that I had. I made it final 2, which is a lot more than a lot of people can say, and I'm just happy to be a part of the first ever Survive the Gate. And yeah, now it's a final Gate night, so that's about all I have to say for that. Good job, Seti. You deserved it. You played an awesome game, and yeah, I'm glad I had this experience. I hope we can all be friends at the end of this because it was just awesome.